Meg, thank you so much for the marriage presents. I loved the taste of that strawberry cake so much. I'll make sure to not eat it all in a day and share some with my husband.
That's not a present for you getting married. It can be anything but that.
Oh, is that so? I heard from your mom, though, that that's exactly what the cake was. She told me to think of it as a present from you congratulating us both.
Actually, just the other day, I went with my mom to a bakery and got that cake while we were there. And since we had bought a whole bunch of other baked goods and desserts, she asked me to send you guys the cake, and so I did. And actually, I don't really care that you ended up getting married to my brother.
Well, then I won't be calling it a present anymore, and we'll just say thank you for the cake.
You really are such a princess, aren't you? So kind and thoughtful of me and everyone else in my family. It's almost like you're being too kind and have something else on your mind that you're after.
But I was just being kind because you're my sister-in-law. I didn't mean anything else by that. We haven't spoken to one another much, and so my understanding was that until I got to know you all better, it would be safe to be as kind as possible and show you that I'm happy for being in the family.
That's right, you're not a real princess, because I'm the actual princess. My dad is a business owner, and I was born into a very affluent family. Even this house that we live in is worth more than what most people can make in their lifetime. But in your case, your dad bought the house your parents live in 30 years ago, right?
That's right. But I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
Well, my dad made sure that we were all raised in a house that had more than enough space that some days we'd never see one another. Far different from the two-room shack you grew up in. I haven't seen the house your parents have yet, but I can assure you I know that it's on the verge of collapsing because of how cheap it is.
I do think that the house is quite amazing that your family has. I'm sure that your family has been keeping that in great condition while continuing to keep the family company alive.
That's right. Compared to your family, we are like kings and queens here. Yeah, why does my family think of you as a princess and accepts you into this family even though your family is low class? They should consider someone of your class as a peasant.
I'm sorry that you think so poorly of my family. But we are getting married now, and your parents were the ones that said it'd be okay, especially considering they know me well.
Well, I don't say it's okay. And what do you mean they know you well enough?
Well, my dad and yours have known one another for a long time due to business.
I know that. So that means my dad let my brother marry you out of pity, right? But that's not fair because unlike us, you'll be the only one getting an upgrade in the marriage.
This isn't a marriage based off of anyone feeling pity for the other. We may have started going out together because our dads knew one another, but the both of us began to really love one another, and that turned into us choosing to get married.
What love? I know you're after more than just my brother's love.
What?
You want to become a part of this family so that you can get into our money, right? And that's why you plan to become my brother's wife now. You may have everyone else fooled, but I have my eyes wide open and can see everything you're trying to do.
I'm not hiding anything from your family, though.
You keep treating everyone like you're some kind of princess, and they buy it because you can fake being kind and caring. There is no person on this planet that can be as kind as you and make yourself out to be. You've got a face on, right?
Is there something wrong with me trying to be polite and respectful to everyone?
You sound like you should be part of the royal family with that kind of talk. Well, I can tell it's all a lie.
I'm sorry for that, then. I didn't think that I was talking too politely with you guys.
It's not just that, though. I know you're doing it on purpose for my family's money. I'm not buying it, though.
Well, I'll try harder then to make sure that you can begin to trust me.
I never will, though.
Now that I just remembered, do you think that you'll be going to your family gathering next month? I heard that everyone will be going back to your parents' house for an event.
Of course, I'll be going.
Then you and I will be able to meet one another. I'm looking forward to that day.
You're coming as well?
That's what's been planned for me, at least.
This is a family gathering, yet you think you can come and join us as well?
Because I'm with your brother now, and am considered a part of your family.
Why do you think you're allowed to be a part of this family?
Because your brother is a part of your family, and he's chosen to be married to me.
That's not enough to make you a part of my family. I want you to know that you shouldn't even be getting married to him. Even talking to you right now is pissing me the heck off. For the time being, know that you are not allowed to come to my family's gathering. Chloe, what are you thinking? I told you not to come to my family's gathering. What is wrong with you coming here acting as though nothing could go wrong?
I'm sorry, but your mom was the one that invited me to be here. So there was no reason for me not to come today.
Where are you even going right now? Did you go take our dog on a walk or something for us?
Right now I'm at the bus station nearby. I was able to walk all the way here, and it was a perfect exercise. Your dog is a pretty decent size, and so he was able to keep up with me.
You came to your husband's parents' house, and you chose to walk the dog?
Well, I love dogs. At my parents' house, we have 3 very huge Great Danes.
I don't care about that.
And since everyone was just taking it easy after dinner, I thought it'd be nice to get out and take the dog on a walk for everyone. He's so cute, isn't he?
And here we go again with you acting like nothing could go wrong. Do you think you'll get my family's love today by being all loving and close to the dog? This cannot go on. I cannot let you continue to try and steal this family's money.
No, I'm just doing this because I love dogs and love going for walks. And it's been a long time since I've taken a dog on a walk with me.
I told you you wouldn't fool me, didn't I? I know the kind of person you really are. I have to protect this house and my family from you at all costs.
Protect them from what?
You. I'm going to get rid of you. Today is the family gathering after all. And a stranger should be nowhere near me and my family on a day like this.
But I had told you all about this before, right? I have married your brother and am a part of this family now. I am a literal part of this very family.
You are nothing but a stranger, so I'm going to have to get you out of here forever. I already took all your things that you brought along and threw them outside.
You did that with my things?
When you get back from that walk, you take all your things and go home.
Where did you put them all? There isn't a good spot to be putting all my things outside, right?
I just threw all your things into the mud and grass.
Just like that? It only just rained a little bit ago, so that mud is really nasty now, correct? And you just put all my things into that?
Ah, now that you say it, there was a lot of water still pooled up on the surface of the yard. I'm so sorry that all your things are drenched and muddy now.
Can you at least grab all my things and put them in a dry spot for me? That bag that I had all my things in was a present from my parents for the wedding and all. It's very, very important to me.
Is that so? Why not just get divorced then? If you can leave my brother, then there will be no importance attached to that bag anymore, right?
But if I just leave without telling anyone, everyone might begin to worry about why I went home all of a sudden.
Nobody gives a crap about you being here or not. If anything, you being gone will make everyone here much more happy. Everyone just being nice to you now, so that you don't get upset with them. Now hurry up and go home, you loser.
I see. I fully understand how you see and feel about me now. I'll head back home all by myself now.
Thank God you finally understood me.
I'm sorry for any troubles I may have caused you in the past. Will you and your family enjoy the rest of your time here at their house?
Hey, where the hell did you go?
What do you mean by where? I did as you said and went back home.
Wait, come back here now. Hurry up and come back here now.
But you told me to go back to my house, right, Meg? So I have no urge to come back to you guys now.
Well, forget about what I said earlier. If you don't come back here, I'll be in trouble.
And what are you talking about that requires me to come back there?
My family told me that if I can't get you to come back here soon, they're going to have me kicked out of this house. I kicked you out for the safety of my family, yet now they are so upset with me for no reason.
But what if you didn't kick me out for all of them? I'm sure that your dad said something to you, right?
He said that me kicking you out of here could ruin his business. I don't get what he meant by that, but why would you have anything to do with his company when my dad is the most powerful man?
Did you not know anything about this?
What are you talking about?
You have known about the relation my father has with yours, right?
I know a little bit. They know one another because of work, right? And as of right now, they both work together, right? I heard that the two of them do huge business together, but...
Well then, did you know that it's because of my father that your father has been able to continue to do well with his company? He's your father's primary investor.
Primary investor?
So you haven't understood what's going on between them at all.
You have always talked down about my family,
but I had assumed you already knew of his position and everything and were still being rude to us.
Then what would happen if your dad happened to stop investing in my dad's company?
His company would fumble. And because that company is a huge part of your family, it would be a major loss to your dad and the whole family.
What?
My father and yours have been working hard to maintain the very important relationship that they have. And with me marrying your brother, the idea was that they would also have their relationship strengthened to continue doing great business together. But just to let you know, your brother and I getting married had nothing to do with our fathers. And even though it wasn't about them and their business, our father still saw the marriage as an important thing. It really improved the image of everyone when we did get married.
When you say image, my dad and his company's image has always been well respected, right?
And of course, my dad has always been a very well-respected investor. And that's why he was willing to invest in your father's company. But if my father happened to learn about you kicking me out of your house, and perhaps your family, I think things would go extremely downhill for all of you.
Huh?
I come from a family where I've been sandwiched between both my brothers who've both picked on me plenty. But to my father, he sees me as his world because of that, and has always done his best to protect me over them because he knows my brothers can take care of themselves. So, if he were to hear about what you did to me today, he would most likely explode and take your family down.
And if that were to happen, what would happen to my dad's company? Don't tell me that your dad could make my dad's company go bankrupt.
Well, even I don't know what would really happen at that point. But because his company is huge and my father is very famous as an investor, I'm sure that it wouldn't be good for your father's reputation if my dad were to pull out.
You haven't told any of your family about this, right? Hurry up and come back here. I want you to come back so that I don't have to be kicked out.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm already gone.
Wait, but you're not home yet, right?
No, but soon.
Thank goodness. That means you can turn around and get back here soon.
No, I'm almost to my parents' house now.
Why are you going there?
Well, because something like this has happened to me. And you asked that I divorce my husband, right?
I never said anything like that.
But you told me that if I got a divorce, the ruined bag I received as a wedding gift from my parents wouldn't have meaning anymore, right? That's exactly what you said to me, right?
That was a joke, Chloe. I never actually thought you'd take my joke that seriously.
If I don't come back soon, you're going to get kicked out of that house, right? Well, I'm really considering getting a divorce now.
Well, don't do that. I'm asking you to please not think about that anymore. Okay?
I already planned to tell my husband that I won't be coming back to him anymore. And once I'm back at my parents' house, I'll let my dad know what happened. And then, what I told you will happen will very much happen to your dad's company.
Why don't you just stop and think about this? Please. What should I do about my family? They are all going to your parents' house right now, right?
I can see that you didn't come along. You ended up running away right before the rest of your family came. All your family showed up at my parents' place, and their faces were all ghostly white. And they all began to apologize to my family for what had happened.
I had to run from them. They were all seething at their teeth when I told them you wouldn't come back. They told me that I'd never see the light of day ever again. What have you said to all of them?
They are all talking about who will take responsibility for your actions, and who will face the consequences in the end.
Everyone is pissed at me, right?
They really are. A little bit ago, we were all talking to each other, but right now, your father and mine are in my father's office having their talks.
Talking about your dad investing in my dad's company. Have they come to any conclusions yet?
Both of our fathers are business owners. They don't want to make each other look bad for something that has nothing to really do with their companies.
So that means your dad will continue to invest in my dad's company? Thank God.
After all, our fathers are very respectable and understand that they have to be responsible for one another's image as well. They made sure to talk about what could happen if my father pulled out of your dad's company. And that's where they drew a line.
Drew a line?
My father said that you'd be the one to take full responsibility for what consequences there are in the end. And he made it very clear to your father that as long as you're in the family, he cannot trust me with your father. That's what he said. And the line is crossed unless you are taken out of the family.
He wants me to be the one responsible for everything?
Well, what happened this time is all due to how you acted, correct? So there's nobody besides you that should be responsible for the situation, right? If your father was to take responsibility for you, then his company would go under. And then at that point, you'd go down with the rest of your family, right?
What is going to happen to me? Are they really planning to kick me out of the family? I've never had to live on my own before, though.
Well then, that's unfortunate for you, Meg.
You don't give a crap about me, do you?
I did at one point care about you, so you saying that hurts. But you happen to be the one to start all of this, so there's no hope for you anymore. Know this. Kicking you out of the family isn't the end of things for you.
What do you mean?
For as long as you've been in that house, you have been living off of your parents' money, right? And because of that, you haven't had to work a day in your life, yet you get to have everything you desire. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but that money is no longer going to be coming to you.
I have to make my own money now? That can't be. Why would they do something so heartless to me?
Meg, being an adult means that you have to make the money you need to live a life on your own. And in that case, you're well past the age of 18.
Well, I am not like all you other adults. I should be allowed to get money from them forever.
And right now, your parents are aware that they failed you by being so kind and spoiling you. And to everyone around you, they all know that you have been spoiled far too much. Maybe you should think of this as the perfect time to experience what life's like outside the comfort of your parents' home.
But you're in the same boat as me, right? Your dad has a company of his own and has been making a lot of money to support you all. So shouldn't you have been just as spoiled as I am? You can't tell me that I need to become an adult when you rely on your parents to live as well.
You think I'm the same as you? I have no idea what you mean by that, Meg. Can you explain to me in a bit more detail about what you're saying?
I'm saying that because your family has a lot of money like mine. You have been spoiled as well, right?
But even if that were to be the case, I've proved to everyone already that I have the ability to provide for myself without their money. I'm working a job and I make sure to support myself without any worries. And even if I lost my current job, I have been investing in stocks, so I can rely on that income for a little while. In the day I turned into an adult, I don't have any memory of getting money from my parents.
But your dad spoils you still, right?
Of course it's because of both of my parents that I was able to have a safe start in life and made it this far. But I have never had the thought in my mind that I'd ever use any of their money to live my life. To make sure that I'd be able to support myself, I put all my effort into studying and finding a good career. In your case, have you put any effort into something that you use to support yourself?
Are you trying to say that you and I aren't the same?
Well, I don't mean to be outright with it, but I am a far better adult than you.
I knew all along that you're the worst. You have no heart and act like a witch.
I don't think you and I will be meeting anymore after this. So like two complete strangers, all I can say is I wish you luck on your own. After that, Meg took any money she had left with her and was kicked out of the house. She was also told by everyone that she was no longer allowed to talk to any of them, and that they were disowning her for good. Of course, she was not able to handle that news well, but her father happened to have security around his property at all times, and they were there to assist in walking her off of the property. Now, if she's not able to find a job while living off whatever money she has left, she is not going to be able to make it in this world. People always say that in one's most desperate time, they will show everyone who they really are as a person. And so I feel this is all on her and her character now to show those around her whether she really has the strength to come back from the dead or be lost forever. As for the line that was drawn by my father, Meg's family and mine are going to move on from this like nothing ever happened, and without a single mention of Meg ever again. My in-laws do not seem to be hurt by the loss of their daughter, and my father and father-in-law are still in a strong relationship. I don't think my father was ever going to actually pull out from investing in my in-laws. I think he was just trying to make sure that Meg was never around our families ever again, and I'm happy for that. After a week of taking time to recover with my husband, him and I went back to his parents again to have another gathering, and I must say it's a lot nicer to be there when Meg isn't constantly trying to get rid of me. But of course, I won't tell anyone that I'm happy she's gone forever. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.